aggressors, in this case the North Vietnamese. The key to the situation remains the cessation of infiltration from the north into the south. And the key to the situation remains the clear indication by Hanoi, Vietnam.
Camp Holloway at a place called Pleiku in South Vietnam. Here is found the price of peace, the cost of keeping America's commitment to freedom. Rubble, suffering, death. They are the aftermath of a communist Viet Cong attack in which 8 United States servicemen died. The tragedy of the deadly assault is symbolized by a single photograph in a broken frame. The Pleiku attack is one of 3 carefully coordinated raids that are regarded as the most serious test of wills since the Gulf of Tonkin incident in August 1964. Total casualties number more than 125. McGeorge Bundy, Special Assistant to President Johnson, and South Vietnam's military leader, General Nguyen Can, confer at Pleiku, and their countries agree to strike back. 49 jets from the aircraft carriers Ranger, Hancock, and Coral Sea are sent aloft to carry out the retaliatory mission. Pilots are headed north of the 17th parallel that divides the 2 Vietnams. Their target, Dong Hoi, is a chief staging and supply area for the communist Viet Cong infiltrators. The U.S. planes are careful to keep their sorties within 50 miles of the border. President Johnson emphasizes that the airstrikes are not intended to widen the war. America is responding, he says, to deliberate provocations ordered and directed by the communist regime in Hanoi. The first strike is followed the next day by another mission in which both American and Vietnamese planes and pilots take part. The joint operations mark the first time that 2 countries have combined in retaliating against the North Vietnamese. More than 150 aircraft participate in the raids, which are again centered on Dong Hoi. Again, the commitment to freedom and South Vietnam is spelled out by President Johnson. We will persist in the defense of freedom, he says, and our continuing actions will be those which are made necessary by the continuing aggression of others. These actions will be measured, fitting, and adequate. Our stamina and the stamina of the American people is equal to the task. Sweeping over the Dong Hoi area again and again, the American and Vietnamese planes destroy 70% of their targets. Thus does United States involvement grow deeper. Thus is her determination to remain in South Vietnam more seriously challenged. More than 400 American GIs have died in 4 years of fighting the communist Viet Cong. 25,000 are still waging the lonely struggle in the faraway land. Each new day brings some new danger, but they fly their missions and do their jobs against a phantom enemy in a hostile climate for a sacred dream spelled liberty.